Sometimes things break. The question is, how are we going to respond to that, especially if we have some kind of responsibility in the matter? So I actually want to follow up in this video on a review I did of a product a while ago to talk a bit about how this company has responded to my having something break, basically having an issue with the product that I have recommended, and I still recommend. I am really, really pleased with how their warranty department handled things, especially because it was a very tricky thing to navigate. So, but first, welcome to Ask Sean, where I explore all sorts of questions about being human and invite you, the listener, to become more present to yourself, your relationships, and your life. I'm Sean Slevin, a licensed professional counselor and a licensed marriage and family therapist. And if you have a question for me, you can send that to me anonymously at asksean.org. So the product in question is the Aurora LightPad Mini. I have my replacement one here. This is made by Alaska NorthernLights. And as I talk in much more detail in the other video, which I'll probably try to make appear on the screen right about now, and I'll link to in the description and whatnot. These lights are really useful for winter. They're useful if you are needing to get up before the sun is up at any time of year, if you're traveling and you need to reset your body clock, if you do shift work. There's a lot of different uses. What is really important about these kinds of lights is that there is a certain technical measurement at which they are useful. So a light can produce what's called 10,000 lux up to a certain distance. So you will see some of these kinds of lights for like $30. The problem is, if you read the fine print, they can only do 10,000 lux at like 3 inches. And so unless you're going to strap it to your face, that is not very workable. What is great about this light, the Alaska NorthernLights light, is that it has a range, I want to say, of like 2 feet. It's a very generous range that's actually usable. Like, that's realistic. You could have this sitting next to you on your table while you're having breakfast or getting ready, and it's going to be within distance where the light is going to be intense enough that your brain will treat it as daylight, which is what it needs to do for it to actually work. And the brain has to register, oh, the sun is up, therefore we're going to switch neurochemically, physiologically into daytime mode. This is kind of like if you have your phone set to be lighter colors during the day and darker colors at night, that kind of thing, right? This is like the human version of that. So really great. Highly recommend this product. I'm very happy with mine. I've had mine for a number of years. But mine did develop this very odd issue, and it was really difficult to diagnose. I didn't send it in for a while because I knew it was going to be a pain in the butt. And I mean, honestly, we have all had probably experiences with companies where something goes wrong and you get the runaround, and tech support is a freaking nightmare. And not that I had not had any bad experiences with Alaska NorthernLights. I just hadn't had any experiences other than having bought their product, and so I didn't know what the warranty experience would be like. So I had the foresight to take some recordings of the issue over a period of time and whatnot. But what was really amazing, part of why I wanted to do this video, is because it is so rare to encounter a company where, number one, I actually had human contact. Like, I even got to talk on the phone a little bit with somebody where they're like, hey, we just want some more details, and we saw the information you sent and just wanted to get a little bit more clarity. And so that was amazing to actually talk to somebody who was going to do something. But also they were really interested to try to figure things out, right? Like, even though it was part of the issue is that it was an inconsistent problem. Like, this is like when, something happens with your car and then you go to the mechanic and they're like, well, it's working fine now, right? And then later it does it again. And, so those kinds of issues they're a pain in the butt to figure out. So I'm adding to my recommendation of this product that this company really stands behind their warranty. They have a generous, I want to say it's 7-year warranty, which is amazing. I mean, they were totally willing to replace it. And they were willing to spend some time trying to debug, if you will, like, what was going on. They went through all the kind of the normal initial things of checking connections and circuit boards and stuff like that, and weren't able to identify anything at that point. But based on the details that I gave them, and I was like, hey, I would rather you keep it longer and see if you can reproduce it than are sending it back and then it'll probably do it again. And they're like, yeah, no, we're happy to do that. And so eventually, like they were able, the problem happened again, and they were able to start to hone in on a more kind of specific hypothesis as to what's wrong. And so that's just, yeah, like what an amazing thing. Like that, I feel like that is a rarity in today's kind of sort of just throw things away kind of culture, or just give people to run around or, and whatnot. So yeah, Alaska Northern Lights and the Aurora LightPad Mini. Great product in and of itself. And now I can also say, with a lot more experience, a great company to work with. They do not know that I'm going to do this video. Like just to full disclosure, I do have a affiliate account with them, but all my correspondence with them was via my personal info and personal email, and so yeah, as far as I know, they had I don't think there was any crossover or whatever of like being aware that that I have an affiliate account. And even if so, it's not like at this point in time I have some kind of huge web presence or anything. Or yeah, I mean, I really think I had just a genuine, just good encounter because they were just treating me as a human, as a customer that they valued. So, at any rate, yeah, there's plenty of shit that goes wrong in the world, right? And plenty of things to be discouraged about. I feel like it's important to talk about when something goes well, right? Like even though this was in a circumstance of like having this random defect, which incidentally I do not fault them for. Like it's like I said, it was a very weird, odd thing, and like sometimes stuff goes wrong. I mean that's why warranties exist, is to provide coverage for that. They provide a 7-year warranty. Things don't go wrong often, right? Like that wouldn't work as a business model, right? So, and that's probably part, their product is well made, and so that's probably part of why they can really, they really wanted to figure out what's going on with this, and they said they're going to be doing some additional kind of investigating to try to like, further hone in and see if this was a one of, or if there's any kind of subtle, kind of defect or something or whatever, So, yeah, so I think it's important to celebrate when like, oh, a company, they're being very ethical and responsible and very kind, and they make a great product. And so yeah, that's nice little bits of encouragement, right? In the midst of, yeah, again, there's all sorts of imperfection in the world as well. So again, I commend this product to you if it's something that you have a need for, and yeah, and even if not, I just hope you can be encouraged that like there are good companies out there that are treating their customers well. So until next time, peace be with you.